Good morning, boys and girls. Let's start class by splitting you all right in the middle. So the ones to the left stay on the left, and the ones to the right go to the right. Okay, now let's take a look at the front of the classroom. Here I have slices of bread, bag of bread, I have peanut butter, and I have jelly, and I also have a butter knife. Okay, so your task for this activity, in your own group, you are all going to write me a detailed instructions to how to create a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And with those instructions, I will read them. Once each group gives me their instructions, I will read them, and I will be creating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich just how you all described and detailed instructions for me. So I'll give you all 5 minutes and we will create our peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, boys and girls, let's bring back the attention to the front of the classroom. Now that I have both detailed instructions from each group, I will start creating. So the first group, let's begin with the first group. They told me, open up the bag and take 2 slices of bread. So I opened up the bag and now I have 2 slices of bread. Okay. Then they said, grab the peanut butter and put it on the bread. Okay, easy. Grab the peanut butter, put it on the bread. Just like that. And then they said, grab the jelly. I have my jelly. Take the lid off, and use the butter knife to scoop it out with the butter knife. Okay, so I'm gonna scoop it out just how they said. Then they said, with the butter knife, spread the jelly on the bread. So I'm gonna spread the jelly on the bread with the butter knife. And then they said, close the sandwich. Okay. And then lastly, they say grab the butter knife and slice the sandwich diagonally in half. Well, it's going to be very hard to cut through a jar, so I think I'm just going to slice the top bread in diagonally. That's exactly what I did, diagonally. And here is my sandwich for group number 1. This is a very different type of sandwich. Okay, now let's see second group. They handed me their instructions. So let's see. They said open up the bag and take the bread out. Take the bread out. They only said bread, so I'm just gonna assume it's 1 piece of bread. Then they said grab the peanut butter. So I'm gonna let's see. They said grab the peanut butter and slice and take the lid off. Then use the butter knife to scoop it out. So I'm gonna scoop out some peanut butter with the butter knife, they said. And then they said with the butter knife, spread it out on 1 slice of the bread only. Well, we only have 1 slice, remember? So I'm just going to spread it out just like this. Then they said, grab the jelly. Okay, I'm gonna grab the jelly. They said, take the lid off. I'm taking the lid off. And use the butter knife to scoop it out. Then they said, with the butter knife, spread the jelly on the other piece of bread. But remember, we only have 1 because they said take the bread out. So we're just gonna go through it with this same side of bread. Then they said, grab the knife and split the slices of bread in half. Okay, I'm just gonna go this way then. Because, I mean, it is half, right? So, I'm just gonna cut it right in the half. Now we have 2 halves. Now, boys and girls, let's take a look at our sandwiches together. this was group number 1's and this was group number 2's. Who can tell me why each sandwich is completely different? Yes, Karen, because of our detailed instructions, I was able to read through them and follow step by step, word by word, how to create the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Who could tell me why it didn't work out? Why? Yeah, good job, David. So it's important to remember that when we're reading or writing or even looking for key details, to be very specific, very aware. You have to include those specific details because, say, just like group number 1, they said, put the peanut butter on the sandwich. They had to be more detailed, so they had to open the lid, spread it, and put it on the other, right? And then same for group number 2, they said take the bread out. Unlike group number 1, they said take 2 slices of bread. Group number 2 said take the bread out, so I only took 1 slice of bread. Correct. Yes. So it's important to look for those supporting details that really will help us understand our reading. And then when we're writing, that it will help the reader understand what we're writing. Okay, now, so who can tell me what the main goal was for this activity? What was the main goal? Well, what did you all want me to accomplish? Good job, Karen. Yes, to create a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Good job. So now that we have done our activity, today we're going to learn about main idea and supporting details. Let's see. Let's define these academic terms because I know we haven't talked about them. So take out your notebooks and just label it notes for the date, which is 2/22/2020. So let's see, our first word or term would be main idea. Yes, the main idea is the topic of a paragraph or a story. So this could be like our main goal, our main idea, main topic, and then the supporting details includes information that supports the main idea. So these details could be like our detailed instructions, details that you find in the book. And then lastly, topic sentence is a topic sentence contains the main idea. This does not happen always, but when we're either reading a paragraph or a short story or like a book in general, there's sometimes a topic sentence that includes the main idea, which is the topic of what our paragraph or story is going to be about. So now that we have written our notes for those academic vocabulary words, let's start. I'm going to model a paragraph. So let's start with this paragraph. I'm going to read you this short paragraph. It's called How I Make My Lunch. Please listen closely and let's see if you can choose the main idea and those supporting details through this short paragraph. Okay, so how I make my lunch. I like to make my lunch. I make it every morning before school. First, I make a sandwich. I spread peanut butter on one piece of bread. I spread honey on another piece of bread. Then, I put the pieces of bread together. I put the sandwich in my lunchbox. Next, I pack an apple or an orange. The last thing I pack is water. I drink a lot of water. I fill up my water bottle. Then I put it in my lunchbox. I close my lunchbox. I take it to school. Now, who can tell me what a topic sentence is again? So go through your notes. Good job, Karen. A topic sentence contains the main idea. So, does this paragraph contain a topic sentence? Here you go. Take a look at it again. Good job, David. Correct. So, we can use the title as our topic sentence, right? So, our title is How I Make My Lunch. The main idea or topic of this paragraph is how the girl makes her lunch for school, correct? So, now, what are some supporting details that can help us